going to stand up at the podium right when you come in. Well, welcome everyone this afternoon to this special meeting of the Michigan City Police Civil Service Commission. I need to roll call of members. Commissioner Buda. Here. Commissioner Pliski. Here. We have a quorum. This meeting is now official. Introduction of our officials today. To my left, Assistant Chief Royce Williams. To his right is Assistant Chief Kevin Urbancic. To his right is Chief of Police Mark Swistek. And you've met Commissioner Buda, Commissioner Pliski. Sergeant Yagelski is the Division of Professional Standards. City Council representative today is Sean Fitzpatrick, and our City Clerk, Gail Nyland. One of the first things that we ask the new officers today to do, as they're being sworn in, is to introduce their family and friends that they brought with them today. So we'll start with, and this will be the challenge, if you remember your PE numbers. Does everyone remember their PE numbers that are given today? All right, so we're going to start with PE 306. And you can have anybody that's with his family, please stand. You're here for him.
Yeah, I have my my mom and my dad, Leticia and Jesus Alvarez, and I also have my little brother Christian here with me.
Welcome, thank you. Let's do PE 307. Okay.
I'm Cody Brzezinski. With me today is my mom, Leela Brzezinski, and my little sister, Courtney Brzezinski. Go ahead, wave.
Thank you, and welcome. PE 308. Can you say his family, please stand, or friends?
We have brought my mom, Nona, my sister Erin, my brother Blake, my father Joe, my aunt and uncle Jim and Connie, my grandfather Rod, and my uncle Jimmy, and in the back there is Jerry, who's my good friend.
Thank you. Welcome again. How about PE 309?
My name is Renee Adamo. I grew up my mother and father, Renee Janice, grandparents, Bill and Sharon, uncle and aunt, Tom and Linda, my sister Gabby, and my good friends Denny, and my aunt Jessica, and my little cousin.
Thank you. Welcome. PE 310.
I'm Zachary Wells, and I brought my mom and stepdad, Angie and Kevin, my dad and his girlfriend, Corey and Heather, my aunt Tara, my brother Jacob, and my friend Paul.
Thank you for coming. Last PE 311.
With me, I brought my mom Cheryl, my dad Steve, my aunt Julie, sister Brooke, my friend Justin, and my girlfriend Megan.
Also, we have, and raise your hand, the officers of our department today that are here to support you. And, you raise your hands. They're all here to support you today as well. Your PE number, I just want you to know, Commissioner Pliski will tell you what the PE number stands for when he does his speech.
Public employee.
But what his number was when he was on the department.
41.
41.
Oh, just a few months ago.
We're at 311. So that's how many officers we have. Well, we welcome everyone here today for this very important day. We're swearing in 6 of our newest members of the Michigan City Police Department. You gentlemen started your journey on January 12th by taking the aptitude test. There's a total of 29 candidates that tested for the position. I'm here to tell you that after hiring the 6 of you today, we have nobody left on our hiring list. What this means is you have what the commissioners are looking for in an officer that we want on this police department. Don't fail us, please. We have been doing this for many years, close to 20 years, the 3 of us, do the hiring, firing, promoting, and demoting. And we're very proud of our officers. We have a very good department here in Michigan City. And in fact, I go to say that it's probably the best in the state of Indiana. And I'm not being biased, but it's true. If you remember, one of the questions we asked you in your first interview was why you wanted to be a police officer. And some of the comments I just wanted to share with you today was you've always wanted to be a police officer. You like to help people. Your uncle is an officer. You always wanted to help those that can't help themselves. You want to protect your community. You always wanted to be an officer since the 2nd grade. You want to make a difference and be a voice for the people. You served your country, and now you want to serve your community. And finally, a current Michigan City police officer got you interested in this position. All of these comments are exactly what we look for when we're offering someone a position. I need to thank my fellow commissioners, the Michigan City Police Administration, the entire police department. We, the current commissioners, have been doing this for close to 20 years, and we have never been able to get the hiring process down to 4 months. The process normally takes 8 to 9 months. The cooperation that we received by all the folks involved has been amazing. We were challenged to get this done, and we succeeded. I want to thank everyone that helped make this happen. There were many unscheduled meetings, but no one complained. So again, thanks everyone for getting this today where we are. We can do this in 4 months. Again, there was many meetings and many conversations. We think we picked the right 6. Also need to thank Mayor Muir and City Council for appropriating additional funding to allow us to hire 4 of the 6 today, that we're replacing 4 retiring officers at the end of the year. That's the reason for the speeding up of the hiring process. This action means that these new officers will be ready to replace a retiring officer immediately and already be trained. Normally they retire and we hire, and we're usually a year behind, so we're doing it differently. And again, this is a task that's never been achieved, so we're proud of that moment. To our newest officers, this is your day to shine. Do not tarnish what you have accomplished by losing sight of who you are when you put on the uniform. What you have chosen to do is a mission, a calling no less, as guardian of the public's safety. So do not take the tasks inherent in this noble and distinguished undertaking lightly. You have entered an elite class of which few are called. Again, the mayor and city council has given this department the tools necessary to make sure you have the most up-to-date, state-of-the-art equipment to do your job and keep you safe. You will be given a great deal of training, and it may become stressful. Stay focused, listen and learn, and please ask questions if you're ever in doubt. We will be receiving monthly reports from Sergeant Gelsey on your progress. Sometime during your career, you may save a life by putting your own on the line, because that's what you've been called to do. You have been entrusted to respond to calls for help that encompass the very worst moments of the lives of our local citizens, and yet you will react with the utmost professionalism, as this is part of what your mission entails. Abide by the golden rule to always treat those you are called to assist as you would wish to be treated. And just as well, treat the subjects of your calls as you would want your family to be treated, and offer them the same protection you would tender to your own flesh and blood. But most importantly, never fail to remember that your families, which includes the brotherhood and sisterhood of your fellow law enforcement officers, will be and will remain your greatest assets of all. They will be there through the best of times and the worst of times. Do not carry your burdens like a sack of potatoes on your back, because we are social creatures from whom isolation and alienation do not mix well. Be the kind of a law enforcement officer who is available to aid, not to judge, but to listen. Turning to one another with a caring heart will surely sustain the life for those assigned with the guardianship of public safety. May God bless you for the courage you will display in the taking of the solemn oath as a sworn officer of the law and as a member of the Michigan City Police Department, and for your extraordinary service you will provide and sacrifices you will make on behalf of our beloved community. Good luck. We wish you well as you begin your dream career with the best police department in the state of Indiana. Welcome aboard. Now we're going to hear comments from Commissioner Plisky.
Good morning or good afternoon. So when you're dealing with the public, and this is so important, you have to understand what they're trying to tell you. Sometimes they're scared to death, sometimes they've been hurt, they're excited. You must hang in there and find out what they're trying to tell you. And there's no such thing in police work as routine. No such thing as routine. Use your common sense. Think a little bit. Don't rush into things. Be fair when you're talking to people. You're not dealing with the best of society all the time. So just be fair. Don't put yourself in a bad situation by doing something dumb or unethical. Don't shame yourself, don't shame your family, and don't shame the police department you work for. Talk to your family members. If they ask you, what happened to the job today? Well, talk to them. Don't hold that stuff inside. If it was something bad, talk to your family members. Your two most dangerous situations are traffic stops and domestics. You got to keep your eye on both of those. Look and listen. As I said before, don't rush into something. Look and listen. You take care of your equipment, it'll take care of you. I'm just giving you what I've learned in 40 years in the police department. So think, common sense. Welcome.
Thank you. Commissioner Buda? Congratulations and welcome to the Michigan City Police Department. I'm sure over the past 4 months since January the 29th, you've had some challenges at going through this process. And you accomplished those challenges. Now, starting today, you're going to face new challenges. For the next 12 months, you're going to have a lot of material thrown at you. Absorb it. Listen, listen, listen. If you have questions, ask. Don't be afraid to ask. And listen to your supervisors and your FTOs, because these guys are pros. They know what they're doing. So just stay safe, behave yourself, stay in shape, and good luck. Thank you. Chief of Operations.
Just want to congratulate all of you on your hiring. You're going to be starting a wonderful and rewarding career, so I wish you guys nothing but the very best. We do have a great group of field training officers here at the Michigan City Police Department. They're going to instruct and guide you along the way, so if you do have any questions, like they've said before, don't hesitate to ask, and if there's anything that I can do to help you out, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm willing to help you out. I'm a former field training officer myself, so I know what it's like to be in your shoes, as well as the officers who train you, so I know exactly what it's like. But we will not make you or allow you to fail. We're going to obviously lead you along the way. So just keep in mind as well that we hold our officers to a very high standard: integrity, dedication, professionalism. Remember those 3 things, because those will be instilled in you as you go through your training. So just remember that. But other than that, congratulations, and I wish you guys nothing but the very best.
Chief of Services.
Thank you. And good afternoon, gentlemen. Welcome to the Michigan City Police Department. Glad to have you here, especially such a large group, because that kind of affords you a special situation that you can lean on each other through this process as well. It's going to be extremely challenging. No one's going to, buttercoat that. But if it wasn't challenging, none of you would be here, I don't think. But on the flip side of that, this is probably the most rewarding career you'll ever have. You're going to see everything out there. So, like the commissioner said, be physically fit, but be mentally fit as well. Stay sharp, treat people with compassion, empathy, and lean on each other. Make sure you guys are like a sponge, pick up everything you can over the next several months, and good luck. Glad to have you aboard.
Sarge?
Yes. My speech is for the moms. I will have your officers or your young men for the next year or so. I've got my card with my personal phone number on it, so I know you'll have questions and they won't answer them. So if you have a question, call me and let me know if there's a problem with them, or if they're failing something, or they're unsure of something. Contact me and let me know. But again, rest assured, moms, I got them for the next year. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. The City Council, you want to say anything? Word, Sean?
Sure. Just like to say welcome you guys to the force and being part of the community. This is a pretty diverse community. There are people of all walks of life, and they're going to lean on you probably more than you wanted to sometimes. So feel free to engage and just welcome and congratulations.
Chief?
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time to join us today. What an honorable moment for all 6 of these gentlemen to begin a career in law enforcement. First, I'd like to start by thanking them for their patience and for their sincere appreciation of everything you guys did over the last couple months to make today happen for us. As you see, government can move slow. Once you gentlemen got down to Indianapolis for your physical, psychological exams, there were some holdups. We were hoping to do this about a month ago, but we're here today, and we're very proud to have all 6 of you here. So the parents that are here, the loved ones, other honored guests and family members, this is a career that they have chosen. It's a calling. This is not a regular profession. This is something that you must step into, and you must understand that it comes with sacrifice, commitment, and a love, a passion for this job. And you're going to begin to see that over the next several days, weeks, months, and years to come. When I look back 28 years ago when I tested for this department, I tested with about 75 people. Those days are done. Those numbers aren't out there anymore. There are not people flocking to become law enforcement officers anymore, as you've seen with your group that tested. Right now, we have a test coming up on May 29th, and I believe we have about 10 applicants. Normally, we would have 50 to 75 applicants testing. It just shows that across this great nation that people are not coming into this profession any longer. We have our critics out there. All too often, people want to criticize all the work that we do, but they have very, very little information as to what we do, how we did it, and why we do it. So to you gentlemen, I want you to always remember that your critics are always going to be out there. Don't buy into the nonsense. Do your jobs with the utmost professionalism, dedication, and you'll always prevail no matter what. Today, it is my objective as your police chief. I have the great honor to serve the men and women of this department and to lead them, and I am very proud of the men and women of this department. And therefore today, I am going to share some information with you that needs to stay with you for your entire career. This will guide you, this will keep you employed here, and this will keep you out of trouble. There has never been a greater need for a police officer to understand their oath of office or their oath of honor, and to be trained in an ethical decision-making manner, as well as having ethical behavior. An ethical police officer is the best kind of police officer. An ethical police officer is one who takes very seriously their duty to protect the good of those that we serve in our community. The Police Code of Ethics is a code of honor sworn to you on your first day as a police officer. Over the next year, you will be trained how to do your job effectively and safely. As a Michigan City police officer, your fundamental duty will always be to serve the citizens of our community in a fair and ethical manner. Hanging up your weapon and your badge at the end of the workday is not the end of police duty, because a police officer is sworn to the best and the utmost professionalism and behavior related to every hour of the day in and day out. Police integrity is an important part of being an ethical law enforcement officer. A good police officer lives their private life according to the standards that they demand in public service. Always remember to conduct your private life at high standards as an example to all, and behave in a manner that does not bring discredit to you, your family, or this department. Personal life decisions. I want you to understand, to take the time to understand the real priorities in your life, and you'll be able to determine the best direction for you and your life goals. The same goes for your career here. Today we have many of our detectives that are present in the back of the room. They have chosen to become investigators after serving time on the road as patrol officers. You also will have any opportunity, anything that you could dream is available to you at this department. K-9, SWAT, scuba, you name it. It's all available, but it's up to you to decide what direction you want to go. Probationary Officer Mark Galletti, raise your hand. Officer Galletti was in one of the last groups to be hired, and we're very proud of Officer Galletti. Officer Galletti in 2 weeks will be graduating from the Indiana Law Enforcement Academy. You 6 gentlemen have been given the opportunity, all 6 of you will be going down to the academy together. Officer Galletti, he went down by himself, went down, applied himself, and I'm very proud to say that Officer Galletti will be graduating in 2 weeks with academic honors at the top of his class. That, gentleman, is what we want you to aspire to be. Officer Galletti is going to help you. He's going to tell you some of the pros and cons of being at the academy, some of the trials and tribulations down there. But, like I said, you 6 need to work together as a team. You need to rely on one another, lean on one another, and also bring each other around when one is maybe running behind, when you guys are out doing a 1.5 mile run, whatever it may be. Remember that that same kind of sentiment is going to need to stay with you out in the field. Because as you look left and right and things are hitting the fan out on the streets, you need to rely on each other to stay alive in this career as well. As we talk about decision making, it is the essential leadership skill in law enforcement. The most important thing we do is decision making. If you can learn how to make timely, well-considered decisions, then you can lead your life and your law enforcement career to a well-deserved success. If, however, your decision making is poor, both your career and your life will greatly suffer. Part of critical thinking means questioning every step of your thinking process, considering all the facts before making a decision. And you're going to be faced with situations throughout your career when you're out there, split-second decisions that you're going to have to make. And I can only tell you, we're going to train you for that, but the rest is up to you. By developing the skills of critical thinking and bringing rigor and discipline to your thinking process, you stand a better chance of being right. You are then more likely to make good judgments, choices, and decisions in all areas of your life. And this is a very important part of becoming a successful law enforcement officer. As we all know, police officers face a very difficult and all too often dangerous career. The public perception of police integrity has suffered drastic changes. Therefore, officers live by an oath of honor as well as a code of ethics. And this will allow police to more actively commit to ethical behavior and to then live ethically in all of our dealings. Always remember, once the badge goes on, it never comes off. It fuses to your soul through adversity and fear and adrenaline. Always remember to serve this department with the utmost pride, integrity, and ethics, and never forget about your family, your friends, and your colleagues, because we will always be so proud of you and here to support you. Today, I want to share also, and I do this by no means to get any awe from the parents and the loved ones that are here, but this is a week for law enforcement that will be honoring those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in law enforcement this week in Washington, D.C. May 15th is National Law Enforcement Day. On May 15th in Washington, D.C., over 40,000 people will be gathering in our nation's capital to honor the men and women through their courageous deeds who have gone on before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice in this career. Last year, we lost 163 police officers in this great nation. So far this year, we have lost 41 police officers. In the last 5 years, we've lost 876. In the last 10 years, we've lost 1,662. And overall, we have lost 23,720 police officers since the early 1900s. And the reason I'm sharing that with you today, gentlemen, is because I want you to understand each and every day that you put on that ballistic vest, your duty gear, and that uniform, that is how serious this is. We're going to train you. We're going to give you the best equipment, the best training. You're going to be working with some of the best colleagues. But I need you today to swear to me that you will always be on your utmost A game, you will always pay attention to your surroundings, and that you will always watch these, the hands, because that is what will take your life out in the field. So as you begin these next weeks with all of your training in that, make sure you apply yourselves, you pay close attention to Sergeant Yagelski, all your field training officers, and the other instructors, because you need to have that warrior mentality to stay alive in this profession. And to the parents and the loved ones that are here today, I just want you also to realize we're going to do everything possible to keep these men safe. But in the long run, like I said, we live in a dangerous world, and there are dangerous people out there that are coming for us. So I want you to be prepared. In closing, always remember to make time for yourselves, whether taking time to work out, your favorite hobby, or a moment to just sit quietly and read a good book. Most importantly, make the time for the ones that we love. As Commissioner Plisky shared with you, your family and friends are very important. This career can take a toll. It does bring about depression. You need to make sure that if times get tough that you do speak to someone. We are all here for you as your family is here for you. With that, I am now honored to move on with our oath of honor. And gentlemen, I would ask that you please stand where you're currently at. And Chris. We'll sort that out after the ceremony.
Chris, you can tell them they can take pictures of it.
Yeah. Family, friends, you'd like to come forward, take some photos as we do this, and then afterwards we do the oath of office as well. Feel free to stand back in this area.
Come on over. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. More important feedback.
All right. Gentlemen, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. On my honor, I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character or the public trust.
my character or the public trust.
I will always have the courage
I will always have the courage
to hold myself and others
to hold myself and others
accountable for our actions.
accountable for our actions.
I will always uphold the Constitution,
I will always uphold the Constitution,
my community,
my community,
and the agency I serve.
and the agency I serve.
Congratulations. At this time, I will call forward our city clerk, Gail Nyla, as they remain standing to go over the oath of office.
And if you will repeat after me and state your name. I do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my duties
as a Michigan City police officer
as a Michigan City police officer
of the City of Michigan City, Indiana,
of the City of Michigan City, Indiana,
according to law,
according to law,
to the best of my abilities,
to the best of my abilities,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Pass those down. I'll get you a copy. All right, have a seat, Donna.
Well, this is going to conclude your ceremony of swearing in. You're officially now a Michigan City police officer. Remember the words that I spoke to you this morning about, please. Do not forget what you were told. It's all up to you. We've given you this opportunity. Don't let us down, please. We know you won't, but again, just remember those words. Do you have any other words you want?
I got one more thing I didn't mention. The chief mentioned to watch their hands. That's so true. Watch your eyes, because they will tell you which way they're going to run. Always remember that. And keep them away from you. You don't have to get that close to you. If you got that close, they can hurt you. Just keep them away a little bit. There's no reason. That's all I have.
So again, congratulations, everyone. We'll want to stay for pictures afterwards, but the chief will have something else to say before we conclude this meeting.
Again, as we close today, thank you everyone for taking the time to be with us. Congratulations to all the family and friends of our new sworn-in officers today. We look forward to their careers here with the Michigan City Police Department. We'd like to extend this opportunity to all of you to meet with Sergeant Chris Jagelski and have a tour of the public safety facility here that these young men will be working in their careers. So we welcome you to stay with us, and thank you again, everyone.
Having said that, this meeting stands adjourned. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you very much.